Hello, hello. This is Pauline from Pauline Art Staff, and today I am back for a color along in this lovely book called Fieldmouse Yururi Travel Sketchbook by Inatome Makiko. Last time when we colored, we did the Advent page. We did this one. So that was the last color along that you can find on my channel, which is the Advent style one. I posted it on the 1st of December, and it should also be in the Yururi folder, the playlist basically. Hopefully I made that. I'm not sure actually. I should check that if I made a playlist for Yururi, but if not, I will make one. And today we're gonna do this side. So this is what I promised to do next. So hopefully we'll be seeing this very soon after the first one. And we're going to use the same color scheme as we used for the left page, which are these lovely colors. They're all Faber-Castell Polychromos pencils. And I am checking if I've got everything. I think so, yes. I think I've got everything. So we're just going to start. I'm going to leave you like this, so I'm not going to zoom you in this time around, because you can see that pretty well. So let's just start. Like, the first thing I want to say is, like, we've got some of the elements here that we also have on this page. Like this one we have as well. And I know that the little straw figure we have as well. And maybe the star, like that one. It looks a lot like that one, but it's a little bit different. But we could do the same thing. So yeah, we are just going to copy paste from one side to the other. And then we will see how far we will get. We're gonna just start. Let me put it in frame for you guys. Let's see if the lighting can be adjusted a little bit better. Yeah, something like this. Okay, let's start. We're gonna start with this one because we already know how to do it. So we're gonna start with 188 Sanguine, which is this lovely color. They're becoming shorter and shorter because I use them so much. Okay, let's just start. We're going to do the same as we did on the left page. We're going to do the bottom and the top bit with the darker shading. So let's do the same. And we're just going to slowly color away. We're going to keep it really easy. We're not going to do any like layering techniques. We're just gonna do like side by side and blending them into each other. That's all we're gonna do, just to keep it simple. That was a little bit of my Mandarin, like those fibers that you have on them, you know, that was still left on my in between my teeth, and I was like, what is that? It was on my tongue and it doesn't feel nice. So I just found it finally. So that's nice, because that didn't feel too nice between my teeth. So I'm glad that it came loose. But yeah, I'm hoping you had a lot of fun, or are still having fun, with my Advent calendar for my Tiny Little Christmas hashtag. And today we're just doing Tiny Little Christmas instead of the countdown one. So yeah, I hope you are following along or doing your own type of Tiny Little Christmas celebration. I know I love it very much. Like, I will still color quite a bit of Christmas pages, because I usually got a lot of time to color. As long as I feel okay, I can color any time I want. So that's good. Unlike some of you guys. So I hope you can still enjoy it with us through this hashtag. I also saw someone post a video. I think it was Little Hobby Nook, I think her name was, from her channel. She's still very small, but she was like coloring her own Advent, the one she picked, and she was coloring with glitter gel pens. So that's also an option, you know, just do however you want it. That is okay, you know, you don't need to do exactly this page. You can also pick anything else that you think might be nice to color. Alright, we also did the inside, it seems, so this side, I guess. Just looking what I did on the other page, give or take. And then it goes underneath, so we're gonna do this side now. It's overlapping as well, like, because there's another one behind it. So I think I'm gonna leave that one. And we're gonna switch to the terracotta color, 186, to do the rest of the body. Yeah. So today it is the 2nd of December that I'm filming this, because the last one I filmed on the 23rd of November, because I'm trying to stay ahead of my schedule so that I've got enough time to edit and do all that lovely stuff behind the scenes. And it is actually really nice to do it that way, so that you don't really have to stress about it, that you always have like a week to edit, give or take. And it's working for me, so I try to keep it up. But yeah, sometimes I am just not having energy, not any energy, I mean, and I can't film for like 2 weeks straight. So then I'm glad that I did a lot of recording on one day. I think I am gonna zoom you in because it's pretty tiny. Let's just do it. There we go. Now you can at least see it much better. Yeah, let's just zoom you in for this part. But yeah, basically, like, I've been not feeling the best last week. So I was glad that I recorded all those little snippets before that happened. Like, my voice is back now, but I had a few days that every time I talked a little bit too much, it's like my voice disappeared completely during the day. And in the morning, it was the worst, basically. So it would get a little bit better, like a few hours after I woke up, but then it would get worse again and I would lose my voice by 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So I start with no voice, had a little bit of voice, and then it disappeared again. Like, it's just the time of year, basically, for me. But I can feel that I'm, like, getting ill or hanging against it. Like, it's not setting through, so I hope it won't. I hope I will just clear up and I will feel better. But it has become a little bit worse. Like, I felt good enough to record this today because my voice is not so crackling anymore, so raspy. At least it won't like give out on me. That's the most important thing. Let's switch to which one did I use? I used this one, light purple pink, 128 for the ribbons. But yeah, I decided to stay home and not go to the shop because I don't want to get ill. So I'd rather stay warm and indoors because it's pretty cold outside right now. And so yeah, I decided to stay indoors. I ordered some groceries this morning online. They should arrive tomorrow. So I'm so happy that that's a possibility because before that definitely wasn't, like, budget-wise. And like, after the corona, the COVID, a lot of those services became more available for everyone. And I'm really happy with that change, because that means if I've got a really bad month, I can just stay indoors and order it online without paying ridiculous amounts of money. And that means that if I'm feeling the way I do now, I can just order my groceries. Like, I'd rather don't, because I like going outside for groceries, even though it takes a lot of energy. I like doing it, so I prefer to go myself. But like, yeah, right now I need to think about, like, you don't want to go because then you will definitely be sick for the next coming week as well. Like, you can better have this than being actually sick, because then I won't be able to get out of bed, of course. But yeah, so I decided to be smart and order my groceries instead of going outside. Because I did think about going outside, but I was like, nope, we're staying indoors. We don't want to get ill. So yeah, that is okay. I really like this. Yeah, we're just keeping it simple. Like, this also looks really nice. Let's take the 130 Dark Flash, which is more like a salmony pink. And we're gonna, do the highlights. I've been seeing people color in Winter Wonder by R.J. Hampson. And I do really like the book, but I hate the Amazon paper. I really wish he would just, like, he also has a hardcover version of his book, but the paper is like still really thin. It's like barely even a little bit thicker than the Amazon one. It's still like basically printer paper. Same, like it's just a tiny smidge thicker. It's not noticeable at all. Like, I don't understand why he wouldn't have picked a thicker paper for that one. Because if you go the way for a hardcover, then maybe you also want to improve the paper. Like, because that's the reason why you would do something like that, in my opinion. Maybe for him it is not about that. Because you pay more, of course, but I'd rather pay another €2 more and have better paper. Because then I can still order them, because I do like them. The same with the Matchstick Mouse books. They're also Amazon printed. I only bought the 2 that are not. And I do like the paper in that, but it's still not really thick. But better than the Amazon one. We're going to do this one, which we also did over here. So we're going to do the same thing. So I think I used the Burnt Sienna 283 for the inside. So let's do the same on this side. But yeah, enough about complaining about the quality of Christmas books. Because that's not what we're here for. We're here for a nice color along. But yeah, I like to chat while I do color alongs, as you probably know by now from me. And I've been enjoying like just coloring in whatever I feel like. Like, I have gotten a lot of new books in the last few months. Like in November, October, I bought a lot of new ones. And I've been coloring away in them. And this month I only got like a handful left of new books. So about maybe 5-6 books from that whole stack that I bought. Which, like, for me, I bought quite a lot of books the last few months. And my goal was to buy everything that I loved, like that came out so far up till now, and order them before the end of the year and color in them as well before the end of the year. That was my goal. And I think I have almost everything that I like. Like, I still forget a few here and there, you know, like for some of them I'm not sure if I want more, like Eerie. I only bought the newest one like a few months ago, I think already. I think it was even in July or September. That was already a long time ago, but I'm not sure if I want more of her, because I do like her books, but I'm still fighting the paper. But now that I have my Holbein, because I ordered myself a set of Holbein, basically for like my birthday / Christmas, you know, because that's the only time that I spent quite a lot of money on myself. And I save for that the entire year, basically. I always put money aside throughout the year so that when Black Friday rolls around, I can have a bigger budget, basically, to buy nicer stuff. So that I can buy something like Holbein, a whole set. Like, that's a big splurge, you know? So yeah, I usually save up for that all the way up till like the end of November when it happens. But unfortunately, there was not a sale on the Holbein. So I was like, okay, well, I waited this long. Let's just order them then, because I want to use them in some of my books and see if they work, like Eerie's book. And I haven't tested it yet, but I did do some coloring in my new Disney book, which is the Année de Coloriage, so basically a year in coloring. It is, let me show you it. It's this book with Mulan on the front and the red cover on the side. And I was testing my Holbeins in that one, and I loved how they worked in there. Like, so smooth, so easy to use. I loved them. I really have no regrets of buying them. Let's do these lovely Christmas balls. I don't think we have anything on the left that looks like it. No, we don't. We've got flowers. Let me have a look, because I want these ones, like this one I probably want yellow, just like the star on the left. The heart we do not have on the left either. We've got the gnome, but that is okay. So that will be reddish. So I think this will look nice with also some red and or green tones. So let's do that. Okay, let's start with the red. We're going to start with the darker one, Matter 142. So yeah, I've been testing my Holbeins in my Disney book, and I've had so much fun already. I think I want to do this one red and maybe that one green. I think, yeah, let's do it. Do I want this dark and that dark, or the other way around? I think it would look better with this dark. Then maybe we can do the stripes in gold and those patterns as well. Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. And I should sharpen this because the point is almost gone. I thought I sharpened all of them before we started, but I guess not. So let me quickly do that. I've got my Dala 133 for that. It's a really nice sharpener. Always works really well. So there we go. Let me erase this a little bit because I don't like it if it goes over. Yep, that's enough. Yeah, I'm a right-handed usually. Like, I can also use my left hand, but my right hand is my dominant one. But I've had a time that I wasn't able to move the right side of my body. So then I had to do everything with left. And ever since that happened like 8 years ago, I can still do a lot more with left than I used to be. Like, I can write with it. Like, yes, it might not be as neat as with my right hand. And I can do coloring. And yes, I have less control than with my right hand, but I can still color in the lines. It just takes more time, you know, you have to concentrate a bit more. So I was still able to do all kinds of stuff when my right side of my body was not working, when I was basically paralyzed. And yeah, I like it because sometimes when I've got my hands full, I can use my other hand and it will still work, which is actually really handy. I think it will also look nice if I do the top bit with the darker shade. I don't want to shade the entire thing. I'm going to do the sides again, just like I did before. But yeah, for people that don't know, I have a neurological condition called functional neurological disorder. And that gives me seizure-like attacks. And after that, when it's too bad, like a really bad attack, it can lead up to like me losing control of my body completely. So I won't be able to move at all. They won't respond. And then I have to wait, like, basically, and calm down and like take a lot of rest, and then it will like fix itself, but up to a certain point, because my right leg won't work. Like, it has some connection back, which wasn't there for all this time. I'm gonna switch to Pale Geranium Lake 121. So yeah, right now, as you can see, I can use both hands, and my left leg is working completely normal. But my right leg is like, it was like not working at all for like the last 8 years or so. Like, only beginning of 2025, it started to show signs of recovering, that it was like actually moving, like randomly, basically. I had no control of what it did, but it did move. When I wanted to move it, eventually it did something, but I had no control of what it was doing. And I've been training that together with my physiotherapist. Yeah, I think that's nice. I think I want the pink in the middle. And yeah, we have made some improvements. So now I'm able to like do like stretch or like go like this, you know, like with my foot. But I can't really like lift it up, for instance, from the ground. That's too much. Light purple pink 128. So I'm definitely making improvements of using my leg again, but it's not moving yet. I've got great hopes that it will, like coming year, hopefully, if it goes through like the way it has been, then I'm really hopeful that I might be able to take a few steps somewhere next year. And that would be really awesome, especially if you think about it, that I've already been in this wheelchair for over 8 years now. So yeah, that would be awesome. Even if I could just take a few steps with like, how do you call those things? Where you can walk in front, like with the wheels, a rollator. That's how we call it in Dutch, but I don't know what the English name is. But yeah, if I could use that and walk a few steps, that would be awesome. That's the goal. But I just have to wait and see what my body will recover, because it's just a matter of like practicing my brain to send a signal to my leg and for my brain and body to connect again. And the connection is there, but it needs time to recover. And the question is, will it recover completely? Or will it just stay the way it is, that I can only move it a little bit? We don't know. We simply don't know. Time will tell. But there is an opportunity that I might be able to walk again. Let me see. Like we've got that one that we could do in the middle, which would look like pretty similar. I think I want that one. Yeah, let's go for 129 Pink Meadow Lake. But yeah, it hasn't been easy being in the wheelchair. There's a lot of like stuff that is a lot more difficult. It takes a lot more energy. You use your arms a lot. So I got quite the muscles. I became really strong. Like I already had quite strong arms because I always used to do gymnastics when I was younger, in my teenage years as well, all the way up till like college or university even. Like when I went to university, I still did gymnastics all the way up till when I needed to do internships, because then you're away all day, like from early in the morning till evening. Basically, I went like to my job basically because that's what it is. When you do an internship, you're basically doing the same as what they do. You just don't get paid. Let's first color that one. I want that one turquoise. So we're going to start with 161 for Phthalo Green. What was I talking about? Internships. I lost my train of thought. I have no idea what I was saying. Oh yeah, that I became like that I went home like really late and went to work really early. Like I would be in the train, like the earliest train we could get was like around 5:30 in the morning. And that was usually the one I needed to take to be in time for the job. And then when I get home or go home, it was like I got home around, say, 7 o'clock in the evening, 7:30, depending on like how long it took. If the train had delays, I would be even home later. But yeah, usually around 7 o'clock, I would be at home roughly, like after a whole day of work. So they were long days. But yeah, that was normal back then. Like right now, I would not be able to do that at all. Where was I going with this story? I have no idea anymore. Doesn't matter. I have no idea. 162 light phthalo green. I lost it. I have no idea what I wanted to say about that. It doesn't matter, does it? That's the beauty of having a scatterbrained brain, that you forget what you were talking about. Anyway, I'm doing a lot better now, and that's what matters most. I only got in this position because I did way too much. I had way too much on my shoulders to do, and at some point it was too much and my body would just give out, and that's how I got here. And on top of that, I'm also autistic, and that didn't help anything because I get overwhelmed and too much stimuli really quickly because of that. And that was why it turned into what I've got right now, this neurological disorder, because some get it through trauma, but mine was basically just to overstimulation, overdoing it, you know, overdoing everything. I want gold on all of these bits and also that. And I think I'd also would be nice maybe on the ribbon, just gold all around. I think I will leave that for the end because I also want gold on that one. So let's move on. Okay, let's do this one yellow to brown. So yellow to brown on the outside. So we're going to start with Naples Yellow 185. But yeah, that's quite a heavy topic for a Christmas color along, isn't it? Naples Yellow 185. Yeah, I wasn't able to color as well, like for quite some time after this happened to me. Like for the first 2 years, I was barely able to do anything. I had to relearn to sit up straight, hold stuff, like even holding my head up was hard. Everything was difficult. They had to relearn me how to sit. It took months, you know, everything took months and weeks. So the first 2 years was literally just relearning every basic thing. So I was really surprised that when I was able to draw and color again, I actually had still the same skills that I had before. Like it only took maybe a year before I was able to control my pencil the way I did before. before all of this happened. So I was surprised by that. That just means it's like almost like second nature to my body, apparently, which is really nice to know. I want to use the burnt ochre 187. So yeah, I'm happy with the place I'm in right now because I can finally do what I love, and that's coloring and drawing and all that stuff. But yeah, there's so many lovely books out there, and that's also overwhelming. So many choices. Like, I love these Chinese and, oh, not Chinese, Japanese and Korean books, as you probably know by now. Like, this is one of my favorites from the Tokumeku series, the Yururi Fieldmouse. And yeah, I love coloring it. Usually I color with watercolor and then pencil on top in this book. But I don't think that's really a good thing to do as a color along for like, so that like a lot of people wouldn't be able to do it. So that's why I decided to do this one with colored pencil instead, without the watercolor underneath, which is fine. I also like to use my pencils. But yeah, I thought it would be more accessible for everyone if I did it in this medium instead of watercolor and then pencils on top. Now we're going to the burnt sienna 283. But yeah, I love these books. I ordered a lot of Japanese and Korean books in this year because I started seriously coloring in coloring books in, I think, April or May of this year, roughly. Like, I started coloring in some of the books because I just bought a few, like a handful, in February of this year, I think, before I started my channel. And then in March, I ordered a few more. And then April rolled around and May, and then I ordered even more books, like mostly these books, Japanese ones, the Tokumeku ones, because I love them. I just bought like one from each illustrator at first, you know, that was like what I did. I just looked through YouTube for flip throughs and I just found more and more that I liked, and I just ordered here and there, you know, like one of those and one of this. And as soon I had a lot. I think I also want to do the inside, but I don't know if I want it yellow or pink. I think pink would look nice on the middle, or green, but I want that stuff gold. Let me think, would it be better with this color? I think so. Yeah, let's keep the burnt sienna. Let's just color this bit in. So I don't think adding another color in the middle would be nice. We're also gonna do that ribbon gold. The stars we can also do gold. That would be nice. I think this will be red as well. So what do I want for that one? Also like yellow pink, maybe? Both yellow and pink? Yes, I think so. We're gonna start with Naples Yellow 185. But yeah, now that I've been coloring for almost like, what is it? Like, I have a YouTube channel now for about half a year, a little bit over now. And I've been coloring almost an entire year, like a few more months, and it has been a complete year that I actually had a lot of coloring books, because I did color in January and February of this year, but I didn't have a lot of books then, so I don't really count them in that way. But after that, when I had a lot more books to choose from, I realized what I liked coloring and which ones I've got a bit of an issue with or I don't enjoy as much. And then I became more selective in what I ordered later down the line. I want to make that one green, I think, because that one will be red. Otherwise, it will be too much red. Let's first take the pink. So let's go for the lighter pink, 129 Pink Meadow Lake. And let's color this bit. But yeah, because I had so many books at some point, I knew more what I liked. Like, the Tokumeku is just always good. Almost every book I like. There's maybe only one or two that I don't have, because they were like too much little stuff, like not entire pictures. I like entire scenes to color. And I'm not so much a fan of the like small victory style pages like that, you know. That's why I wanted that to be done as well. And in this way, it's nice doing it as an advent calendar. Like, if that would just be a page with all kind of elements, I would not enjoy it as much, I think. That is like the pages that I rather don't touch at all. But yeah, I also love my Korean books because they've got pictures on the left with the colored example from the artist. And I love those books. That just means I can turn off my brain and just copy paste, basically. Like, not that easy, but you know what I mean. At least you don't have to think about the colors. They are picked for you if you want to replicate it. Even though I don't do that in every book that is Korean, but in most of them I try. Like in the April book, which is Forest Girls, I do try to copy it. Because I like her style. Like, they're a bit different than what I would pick myself. But still really nice. Let's go for 161 for Phthalo Green. There's the shading color, excuse me. A little burp. So yeah, I've been enjoying my Korean books, and I have noticed that a lot of people find them intimidating. And I'm just like, hallelujah, I've got all my Japanese books and Korean books, and I'm so happy. And everybody else is struggling with them. And I'm like, yeah, this is my sweet spot. I just do it and let's go. I completely understand why people find it hard. Let's go to the 162 Light Phthalo Green. But yeah, I understand it, you know, but still, this is my favorite thing to do. And I think it would be nice to do more color alongs in these type of books so that people have more of an idea of what you could do if it's intimidating. And go from there. This straw, do I also want that one gold? Because if I do the stars gold and the wire goes all the way through, yeah, I could do that. Let's just do it all gold. I don't care. Okay, let's go to the gnome. We're going to start with Madder 142 for the shading. I did the left and the right bit shading. But yeah, I've got a few books on my list that I still have on my radar, basically, that are either already out or are about to be released this month. But I don't want to buy everything, basically. I just want to buy the ones that I know I really love coloring in, like these ones. And I saw that there will be a new book coming in the same style as the Secret Invitation book, which is also a Japanese book with like little chipmunks on the front, I think. And that book I really like as well. This one has arms. Okay, well, let's just color it anyway. And there's a new book in that from that same publisher. You've got one with cats, which is Searching for the Bell of Happiness. That's the one with all the cat pictures in it. Has a lot of double page spreads as well. And then you got Secret Invitation, but I don't know the exact name. Like the English name that's on the cover, it says Secret Invitation. That's why I call it that, but I don't know the real name. But those two have like a similar style, and I like both of them. And the new book that I've seen is actually in that same style. It's a bit of a combination between those and the fairy tale book from the Tokumeku, the one with the rabbit on front, like fairy tale stories with little friends in the forest, I think it's called. That one. So it's a combination of that with that style of Secret Invitation. To me, at least, that's what it reminds me of. And I'm like, yep, that's totally up my alley. So I added it to my wish list. And that will be on my buy list for later on. I think because I already know I will like it, I will just wait for flip through. Because I'm sure one of the other YouTubers who buy also a lot of Japanese books probably already have seen it as well. So I will wait for the flip through, and then when I've seen it and I'm still in love, I will buy it. And then next year, like from January onwards, I will not allow myself to buy it straight away. I will put it on a wish list. We're going to switch to 121 Pilgrim Lake. And then at the end of the year, around Black Friday, that's the time when I will look at my wish list, what I've built up throughout the year, and I will pick my 5 favorites. That's what I told myself that I should do, so that my collection of books won't be growing absurdly into like many numbers. Instead of like under the 100, it will go over the 100, for instance, you know? Like, that's not what I want. I want to stay around the same number that I have. I know I will still grow my collection in the next few years probably, because like I won't be able to finish a book anytime soon, you know. That will probably still be 1 to 2 years away, and then it will stabilize itself. If I don't buy more than what I color page wise, so say I color 250 pages in a year, then I'm only allowed to buy so many books that I have that amount of pages, basically. That's the idea behind it, so that eventually it will even out. Like at some point, some of the books will just be knocked out like domino, you know, like because they all have progress throughout all the years. And at some point, they will just be done. And then a lot of them will disappear. And then I've got all those newer ones that I added throughout the years. And that's the idea, that hopefully then it will stabilize. It doesn't look that dark, the matter. Let's go back with the matter on top of it, 142, because it looks a bit pale for some reason. Let's just go over it one more time. But that's my idea. So I don't know if it makes sense, but basically what I'm doing is throughout the year, I write down all the new releases that I like. I wait for flip throughs. If I still like them, they stay on the wish list. If I don't like them, they will go off the list. And then at the end of the year, I pick my 5 favorites. And I have a few exceptions for myself that I allow myself to buy if I like them. Like, I don't want to pre-order them, but if I like them. Those are my favorite artists, like Klara Makova or Maria Trolle. I also like her books a lot. So if they come out with a new book and I like it, I allow myself to just buy it and put it on my spare shelf, basically, where I already have so many of those artists. I want to switch to Dark Flash 130. So yeah, I do have a few exceptions to the rule of like I want to buy only 5 books, but they're like I have to be really strict to that. And Maria Trolle is one of them. I want the cheeks with this color, the nose. Let's leave a little highlight in the middle on both of them. And I also am gonna color the hands. There's a hair on my pencil. So that's the idea that I hope I will stick to, because that's the hard part, not buying more than that. Let's switch to Light Flash 132 for the rest of the skin. So I hope I will keep that up, that idea that I've got right now. And I also am planning on coloring in all the books that I own right now next year. So give them more love and see which ones I really like and which ones I don't like as much. And maybe also destash some of them because of that. But that is to be seen throughout the year. I want some yellow, 185 Naples yellow for his belt. Yes. And we will see if I'll keep myself to that or if I go off track throughout the year. I don't know. Let's go to Terracotta 186. But that's the idea that I have for myself, so that I don't grow a too big collection, because like my goal with this hobby is to fill up my books. So in order to do that, you don't want to overwhelm yourself with too many books. And that's why I have those quote-unquote rules for myself. And I hope it will stick and it will work for me. I don't know yet, because I will still have to see. I've not colored for that long. We've got that one. I think I want that one also green. So let's go to the darker green, 161 for Phthalo green. And we go from light to dark. Yes, we're gonna, I don't want to color those bits, I think. Or do I? Yes, I do, because these ones I think I want in colors. Maybe I want them gold, but I can go over with the gold. It doesn't matter if I color them in. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's just color over them, and if I do the paint pen, I can go over the pencil. That's okay. So yeah, how do you, if you're like me and you don't want to grow in a really big stash of books, how do you deal with that? You know, how do you make your choices? What to buy, what not to buy? Like, do you have a similar idea of mine, or do you wait a few months just to see if you still like it then, you know, that you have some time to think about it? How do you do it? Let me know. Light phthalo green 162 for the rest of the heart shape. I'm always curious about things like this because everybody always has the best intentions of keeping their stash low or small when they first start out. And then within the first year probably, everybody is going overboard all of a sudden and has like 100+ books all of a sudden after a whole year. Like right now I'm around 67, I think. And I probably will get a few more over Christmas or my birthday in January. My birthday is January 6th. So I'm assuming I will end up around 70 books. If I get 3 more, then I'm at 70. So that is what I'm expecting to happen before the year ends. And then I hope I will stay like below 100 at least, you know. I hope to stay around 70 to 80 books, but that is maybe a bit too optimistic. I don't know, we will see. I want some color on the leaves of the flower shape. So let's take the pink. Let's see which pink. I want this pink. Pink Meadow Lake 129 for these leaves. Just flat color. So yeah, we will see what happens next year, because maybe we're sitting here next year, 1 year down the line, and I've got like 100+ books. Who knows? I don't know. Let's switch to Naples Yellow 185. Like nobody will know what the future will hold, but I'm curious, you know, like what will I do? This pigeon or bird, it's not a pigeon, it's just a bird. I want to do, I think I want to leave the body mostly white. So let's color the flower in with the yellow. I want to keep it pretty light. I think I'm going to do some light flash for shading, so that it's not completely white. And I also think I will do that with those little marks on the beard. The Santa gnome. Okay, let's do the outside and the belly. Underneath the wing. Just a little bit of shading. Not too much. Just a little bit of color. Let's see, is there anything else that is a bird? There's a bird over there. So let's also give this one some shading. This one has some more shapes, so I think we should be fine with adding some other colors in. Yep. And then we also have his little friend on top of his head that I also use this color for. Really light color, like underneath the belly. Like I got it almost white with a little bit of pink on it. And that's the color that I use for this fluff ball. Not sure what the name is of this creature. Let's switch to Dark Flash 130. Yeah, we're just slowly moving over the page. I want to make a blush. Lovely blush. A little bit on the tail. And also some blush for Yururi, the Fieldmouse. And I think I also had the nose pink and the ears pink. So let's also do the ears. Like on the inside I want them really dark, and then I want them to be lighter to the outside. So I'm doing light shading on the outer bits and darker in the middle. Let's also do that for the other ear. Lovely. Did I have that on his feet? I don't think so. I think not. Okay, let's switch to a brown 283 burnt sienna. Yes, burnt sienna. And I did the little ears of the little fluffy. I did that in this color. Just leave a little bit white on the top. And I also think I did that for the nose, but I'm gonna check. Let's see if I colored him anywhere else. No, I did it pink. See, I did it a bit darker. Like this with watercolor, of course. Let's see if I've got another one with him in it. Maybe in the beginning of the book. Let's just have a look. Yeah, I did pink and then with some brown. Yeah, okay. So this is what I did. Some creamy tone as well. So let's make his nose pink at the very least. Oh, that's not pink, Pauline. That's brown. Oops. 130 dark flash for the nose. I almost messed him up. No, the cute fluffy. Can't mess it up like that. Yep. It needs probably some more creamy tones, but I don't really have any of those. Let's use some yellow or maybe gold as well, because if we're going to use gold on the ones on the rest of the page, that would look better in gold. Yeah, let's leave it gold. I'm going to pause you real quick and have a little break, and then I'll be right back. All right, and I'm back from my break. I just had a cuddling session with my cat because she jumped up the table. I had something to eat quick and a toilet break. So now I'm ready to continue. We were working on Yururi. So that's what we're going to do again. So let me zoom you back in because I was zoomed in before I left, I think. Okay, let's put him in frame. I want his pants to be brown. So we're going to go to 283 burnt sienna. Yeah, I had a bit of a coughing fit and then my cat came to check up on me. And then we had a cuddling session and some food and some tea because I'm a bit cold. And that was lovely. And now I'm back. So for you, it was only a second. For me, it was like 20 minutes, maybe even longer than that. But pretty long for me for a break in between filming. Usually I only take small breaks when I film. But I had a bit of a longer break to have a cuddling session with my cat. Let's make the side of the pants a bit darker. Yeah. But yeah, I've been obsessing about coloring my collection, seeing what I like. That was my obsession for this last month, actually. Like, I really want to color in all the uncolored books that were new to me. And next to that, I want to see which books I like the most. So I know what to keep my eye open for and what I don't want to buy again, basically. And that is quite difficult, in my opinion. So yeah, that is what has kept me busy quite a lot. Let's continue with Yururi, the Fieldmouse skin. I want to use the Terracotta 186 as a base layer. I'm always keeping the nose white, so this bit stays white, like in between. So we're just gonna color next to it, basically. Next to the nose, next to the cheeks. I'm not coloring the sides completely because I want some darker shading on the sides. Making it lighter on top of his forehead. And then his little fluff, I want a bit darker. Just because we can. Making it a lot darker on his head. Because of his little friend up there. He will probably look a little bit different than the rest of my pages, but I'm okay with that. I still love him anyway. Like, he has the same shades, give or take. But it might be a little bit darker or a little bit lighter. But it's the same with the little fluff ball, so who knows. I don't think I will mind. Like, usually when I work with a certain medium in a book, I stick to it throughout the book. But with this one, like, I like to use my watercolor because there's a lot of nature scenes. And it works really nice with watercolor. It looks really nice as well. As you can see, I'm using really light pressure on everything. Keeping it really light. Can always go darker. You can't really go lighter after the fact. So let's make it a little bit more visible. Okay, let's switch to Sanguine 188 for the shading. So we're just gonna color everything on the outer bits with that color. I did some testing in a book by Maria Trolla, the new one, the Christmas book, or basically the name is All the Colors of Christmas, but I just call it the Christmas book. Everybody knows what you're talking about if you call it like that. But the Swedish name is Jules alla Fager or something like that. It sounds a bit like a combination with German, like Fager, Farbe. It's like also color. So that's interesting. There's like similarities between the two. I'm sure they won't understand each other, but still. That's the same when people think like Dutch people can understand Germans and vice versa. Like, no, that's not the case. Our languages are so different. We will not understand each other unless you know some German. My German used to be a lot better when I was still in high school, but most of it has just faded to the background of my mind because you're not using it anymore. Let's also do some underneath his fingers. And some on his knee and the side of his feet. I will have a separate video from the Maria Trolle book, testing out mediums. You will probably see that as well very soon. Maybe I will already have uploaded it before this one, I don't know. Let me lift the book up a little bit so you can see a little bit more. You see? And now I'm going to go to Indian Red 192. And I'm going to do some flicks for like here, like this. Because if there's fur, color some parts in completely for shading. But usually I just make little strokes as if there's like little bit of hairs. Might look a little bit off because there's no watercolor underneath, but I still like it. Just a little bit of extra texture. Just a tiny smidge on everything. Yeah, it looks a little bit light on his face. Let's go back to the Sanguine. Let's darken it a bit more. 188 Sanguine. So let's make it a little bit darker. Because it seems a bit light to what I'm used to. Something like that, I guess. And at least he has some texture on his fur. I would like a pink, a darker pink outfit. So we're gonna do the light purple pink 128. Yes, that's what we're gonna start with. And there's also hearts on them, so maybe I want those with the gold. There's stripes, so I want two shades, so maybe a dark red and the pink. Yeah, that might be nice. Okay, let's start with the pink. We're just gonna flat color them. So one stripe, and then we skip one, and we do the next one. I think I also want this pocket, this color. I forgot his tail with the flash tone. We will do that later. The lines are blending into each other a little bit. This one. Maybe I should have colored that bit. Doesn't make much sense at all. No, not this bit. Because I want the one next to the gold to be red. That's the goal here. So I want this one pink. And then this bit I want red. So let's switch to the red. That is the darker one. So Madder 142. Because I want a nice difference in shade. So we're going to color that in this shade completely. So yeah, last time I told you about our Christmas traditions, which are not quite a lot of them. Like we did some, but not many, which you probably already have heard about. And yeah, like this year, my mom actually organized a, like we got this tradition called Sinterklaas, as I told you. It's basically like the Dutch version of Santa Claus, basically. And she asked my like nephew and niece and so on, which are already quite a bit older now. They are like too old to actually do that kind of stuff. Like it's usually only for the smaller kids that still believe in all that stuff. She wanted to make them put their shoe, which basically means you put your shoe in the evening next to whatever, you know, you put it somewhere and you sing a song for Sinterklaas. And then the next day you get a present in your shoe. It can be anything. It can be like sweets or chocolate or even a present sometimes, you know. That's the idea of it. And because like my sister has a little one, which is 2 years old now, they wanted to put their shoe. So my mom thought it would be nice if the older ones from my other sister, which are about 11 and 13 or something like that, maybe a bit older, I don't know exactly, roughly around that age, she thought it would be nice if they joined in for like the little one, you know, so that she's not alone in singing a song and putting the shoe. Like doing it with your parents is different than doing it with other kids. So my mom thought it would be nice to do that, so she could give like a chocolate letter, you know, to them in that way. And I thought it was like, they're way too old for that, you know, like why? But then I heard from my sister that it was my mom's idea because she thought it would be a nice way instead of just handing it over, you know. But okay, they did that, and I think the little one enjoyed it very much. And that was the goal of all of this, so that was fun. I haven't heard how she actually responded when she got the little present inside the shoe. I have no idea how she responded. That is actually something for me to ask next time I see my sister. This one we should do green, just like the one we did before. So we're gonna go for light phthalo green 162. Let's just keep going. But yeah, that was nice of her to think about that. Like before she would have never allowed that because we were too old, you know. But now that like it has been quite some years before like that we have done this because they are already very big and there were no kids in between those ages. I think she is just like, oh my god. That was the mailman. Look at that. I got a package. Like, look. Ah, it's an Archer and Olaf notebook. Like one of the traveler size, like the small one. So yeah, I put it to the side. I just want to show you because that doorbell was quite in your face. You couldn't miss it. So yeah, that's my new notebook for my stitchy journal for next year. So I can write down how much I do every day. Okay, where were we? We were doing the green. And then I got scared of the, like, jump scare of the doorbell. Phthalo green, 161. Yep, I did not expect that today. I thought they would put it in the mailbox, but they rang the doorbell because apparently the box was a bit bigger than I expected. Like it's thicker than I expected. It's like this thick. And that doesn't fit through the mailbox, of course. Inside the mailbox, I mean. So yeah, the doorbell rang. I always get scared, like like that, you know, when it happens, like, what happened? Let's also do the Christmas tree right away while we're at it with the green. We've got really thin ones, don't we? I want some brown on the stem, so I think we're going from dark to light. Dark, light, dark, maybe like this. Yeah, I think that's nice. Dark, light, dark. Something like that. Roughly. I'm going over the lines, people. What am I doing? Thank you. So, I am enjoying this color along, even though I don't know what to tell you, besides like about my books. What is this? This is like 2-in-1. You really have to think about this one because it's not that obvious what everything is. So let's just first do all the little bits on the outer edge. And then maybe I can see it a bit better than I am now. Something like that, I guess. It will do. It will do. Yeah, I like it like this. Okay, let's keep going. So yeah, later this month I will also be doing a color along in Matchstick Mouse in the Merry Little Christmas coloring book by Morgan O'Brien. It's actually free on his Ko-Fi page right now. Like, it's not the winter one, people. It's the Merry Little Christmas. So that one is for free. The other one is not. Because people said that in the comment section. It's not free. Well, it is. You know, look further. Scroll down. Scroll down, people. You will see it is there. So if you want to join that, you could download it if you don't own the book. And we will have a lot of fun with that one as well. Because I like my mousies this Christmas. And I picked mouse especially because of my tiny little Christmas hashtag. Because for me, tiny is little fluffy animals. That's how I interpreted it. And I love them. I love fluffy animals, which you probably already know if you follow me for a long time. That I love my cute animals to color. That's probably why I love these Japanese books so much, because they're literally like little illustration books with fluffy animals, and that's just what I love to color. That's why I probably like most of them. Like, there was only like 1 or 2 that I didn't like. But yeah, that is what I like to draw myself as well, like fluffy things, cute things, storybook-like pictures, that kind of stuff. Which I still like. Like, I've not drawn that much myself, but I did make some drawings. But after what happened to me with the wheelchair and all that stuff, like when I was finally able to do my thing again with pencil, I started drawing a lot more, like my own stuff. Because before I didn't. I only did like Disney or realistic or like Lord of the Rings or like fan art, you know? And I did some portraits back in the past. I did animal drawings, like realistic ones in black and white. That was the stuff that I did before that happened to me. And I grew out of it because I got a bit bored of it. So that's when I started doing Lord of the Rings and Disney stuff. So I did a lot of Disney drawings. And then all of this happened also around that time. And that made me think, like, what do I really want to do with my time? And the answer was draw my own thing, like, you know, make like illustrations, cute stuff, things that makes me happy. Even if it's just one illustration every so often, that will make me happy, just doing it, you know? So that's what I started doing, even though it was pretty difficult at first. And then it evolved in also Disney drawings and coloring, because I also like that a lot. So I literally just did what I loved. And then I found coloring books. And I love those too. And then, like, when I say that I want to color the entire book, that is just something that's in my brain, that I need to color the entire book, which I know I don't have to. Like, I could just pick my favorites and move on, you know, only do the favorites in every book. But I just love seeing an entirely colored book from front to end. And because that urge for me to do that is so strong, I am just like, yeah, I don't mind it if I do like one that I don't like and one that I do like, because I always do 2 pages in a book so I can combine them. So in this way, it's not like a punishment or something, you know? It's more like discipline, you know? Like I've always done this in the past as well with tasks. You always have tasks that you don't like. So you first do that, and then you're allowed to do something nice. And that's what I also did with this. Even though it's not really a chore, that's how I just roll with everything in life, basically. Because I still love to color the ones that I like less, but like I would prefer maybe a different one. Like I prefer this page over the advent calendar. Let's go to the lighter green, the light phthalo green 162, to shade the rest of the leaves, or the branches, the twigs, whatever you call these bits, pine needles. That's officially what they are, aren't they? They're pine trees. So yeah, don't think that because I'm coloring every bit in the book, it doesn't mean that I don't enjoy them. I still enjoy all of it, but that's like just my way of finishing a book eventually, because I love seeing it finished. It will make me feel so much happier knowing that I colored all of it and have something to look and flip through once I finish them. Like in a few years' time, I can maybe flip a few and I'm like, oh, how nice. And if I then would see an empty page in between, I would be like, oh, you know, it would be like ruining it for me, basically. But that's just the way I am, you know. Like, if that's not you, then just do your favorites, you know. You don't have to do what I do. But if you like filling up a book, then yeah, you could consider it. But it's definitely not a must do, you know. It's just something that I love to do. So if you like it too, or you think you like it, try it out. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Maybe you're going back to just coloring favorites. It's all fine, you know, like we do what we love. And that's why we color. We're not coloring for a chore. At least I'm not. I'm doing it because I love it. I genuinely love it that much. I would color every day, all day if I could. But my health won't allow me to do that. So I do it in chunks, basically. Like some days I don't color at all. And other days I only color a few hours. And other days I color even like 5 hours the whole day long, because I got a really good day. But it really is depending on the day itself, how I feel. And I'm not always feeling the best, so it won't always happen. Like my common days, it's usually like tops 2.5 hours in total throughout the day. But if I have a good day, I might be able to do like 2 hours, like at the end of the afternoon, have a dinner break, and then do 2 more hours. And that's what happened quite frequently over the summer. I was able to do that quite a lot. Like these days, like with the cold weather and such, those days have been a bit more rare. They do happen, but less. So I also had days that I didn't color anything. But yeah, right now I'm coloring a little bit again, because I had a few days that I didn't do anything. I just did like filming because I had no energy to color. I also want to do those leaves while we add the green. I will do the middle, just like on the other side. And then the outside will be the darker green. So yeah, I love filling up my coloring books from front to back. And I will actually, if I color in books next year, because I will color throughout my collection next year and see what I like about them, what I don't like. Let's switch to the darker green, the 161 phthalo green. And if I have a book that I really have like a lot of like meh, or I look like, when I pick that book and I'm like literally not starting because I'm overwhelmed, or there's something wrong with the book, and therefore I won't even start the page, then I know there's something wrong with that book. Why do I not start, you know? If I have a book like that and I don't figure out what is wrong with it, basically in my mind, because there's always something that's holding you back, whether it's too intricate or it's too difficult, or you just are not 100% in love with it. It could all be reasons, you know? I would like to figure out those reasons next year, because I know I've got a few books that I have a hard time to color in, but if I do, I still enjoy myself. So what is the problem exactly? I would like to pinpoint that. And if it turns out that there is actually a problem with just the pictures, then I can always just take out my favorites and get rid of the rest of the book. That's like my other option instead of destashing the whole book. Okay, let's do the twigs. So I want the burnt sienna, 283. Let's move a little bit up so you can see more of the tree. So that is my goal for next year. Filtering out what I like a lot less, so that only the books that I actually enjoy stay in my collection. And everything that has like a negative twist to it in any shape, way or form will go out of my stash. Or I just keep the favorites. Basically, I will destroy the book then if I do that. I've got a hard time doing that. So if that is gonna happen, I will have to breathe a few times before I can. Just like my mythographic books. I only ripped out my favorites. And then I put them in a folder to keep. And after, like, before I did that, I was like almost panic mode, you know, like I was having a panic attack because I don't like destroying my stuff. I have a pretty big attachment to it once I buy stuff. So I get really anxious if I have to destroy something that I own. And that was what happened with my mythographic when I took it apart to take the favorites out and toss away the ones I didn't like as much. We're also going to use it on the little footstool, ladder, whatever you call this, what he's standing on. We're going to color all the shady bits, so all of this. And the other parts we're going to give a different color. But yeah, that's what I did to my mythographic books. I kept the ones that I really like. And now I've got one big folder with like pictures from 5 mythographic books and only my favorites. So it's like a curated Pauline mythographic book. And I love it. I love it. That took away like the itch, like the nasty feeling that I had when I flipped through those books. That there were so many that I was like, no, don't want to color you. I don't want to color you either. Because there were a lot that I did like, but maybe it was like half the book, you know, or less than half. And that's why I had this icky feeling about them. And I felt so overwhelmed with all the choices, especially the ones that I didn't like, that I decided to rip out my favorites. But I had such a hard time doing it. But afterwards, I was really like happy with it. And it was such a relief. So now that I know that that's also an option for other books. I don't think I want this completely dark. Like more on the outside like this. And then maybe a little bit on the inside. We're also going to do that with the top section. Put a little bit of shading on it. But yeah, if that is the case with some books that I still don't like it, then I might rip it apart and only keep my favorites, basically. But I will have a hard time doing that. I will be very honest about that. That will be devastating for me. But once I've done it and I know I won't want to color all of them, I will be really relieved. That's why I really want to test out what I like and what I don't like about a book, in order to decide whether or not I want to do that or if I'm going to regret it. Yeah, this is nice with the brown. Okay, let's switch color to a burnt ochre 187, which is a lighter brown. And let's color in the rest of it. So yeah, that's my plan for next year. Color in what I've got, see what I like and what I don't like, and deal with it, basically. And I hope that will work for me, basically. That's what my hope is, that is what works for me. I'm gonna leave the edge white and also some in the middle, just for some contrast, give or take. I'm also doing that on the stairs. I leave the outside white. Color every bit. Because I'm also going to color the background with the color. So then the white will contrast nicely with the background. So that's why I'm keeping parts white. Same with this one. I do it on the bottom. Because that is like contrasting them with the backgrounds once we've done that piece. And here we do it on the outside again. And that's that one done. So let's go back to the tree and color every other bit that we haven't touched yet. It's only like the right side of the twig. Basically what I didn't color. Yes, I think that's good. Then for this one, the horse, I did this color as well, it looks like. So let's use that as well. Do the exact same what I did on the other page. And then we go to Sanguine 188. Do the bottom of the horse and the underneath side. It's such a tiny horse on this page. On the other one it was much bigger. Funny. I actually like that there's like overlap between the pages, that things come back on this side. Let's pick Matter 142. We did the yep, the brittle, I think it's called the brittle. Like last time I also didn't know the word. It keeps slipping my mind, but I think that's the name for it. Okay, I did the outsides. It's a little bit different than on the other page, but close enough. And then we're gonna take the the Pale Geranium Lake 121. Let me take a sip of my drink because I'm choking. 1 second. All right, I'm back from my coughing fit. 121 Pale Geranium Lake. That's what I was trying to say before I choked. Okay, and we're back. Yeah, I just pause myself when that happens so that you don't have to hear me cough, because that's not nice. That's how it has been for the last few weeks, like on and off coughing. Yes, I like that. Let's also do the red on the berries. There's also some over here. Yeah. Okay, let's make a highlight on all of them. Maybe one on the bottom. And then a circle. And then we color in this part. Just like last page. Don't make it too overcomplicated, yeah. My coordination is not as great as last time, so we're just dealing with it. It won't be the exact thing that I drew. The highlights will probably become a little bit smaller because of it, and I'm okay with that. Still looks good. That's what matters most for me. That I enjoy myself and that it looks good. That I'm happy with it. But yeah, next year I will hopefully finish my Disney Color by Number book. That will be my first finished book then, if that happens. Because like my normal books, like these ones, are still a long time away from finishing. Which is fine to me, you know. I will enjoy them for as long as I've got them. But it would be nice to finish just like one of those, you know. Because that would be really an accomplishment to me. Like my Disney Color by Number is different to me. That is stuff that I will do anyway, because I color that on my bad days when I'm not really feeling the best. Is that all the berries? I think it is. Let's see. Do I want red on these ones maybe? Or I think I want the gloves red as well. So let's color the gloves as well. So yeah, that will be my first finished book, the Disney Color by Number, hopefully next year. I still look forward to it, to having a finished book, but like I know from like experiences from the past, like with other hobbies, that if I finish something, I usually get like this dip afterwards. Like for me, the process of doing it is mostly where I get my excitement from. But with this, I might be a little bit different, because with cross stitch, whenever I finish a piece, because I finished my piece that I was working on for 2 years last month. Let's switch to a Matter 142. I finished my cross stitch piece which I was working on for 2 whole years. I finished that last month. Like in the third week of the month, roughly. I haven't showed you it because this is a coloring channel, not a cross-stitch channel. But yeah, I finished it, and afterwards I felt this huge dip, you know, like, oh, like grieving, as if you're grieving because you finished the project that you did for so long. Like, that is really something that me and my sisters have. All of us, we all have that. When we finish something, we've got this mega dip, like, now I can't do that thing anymore, and I like doing that thing, and now I can't because it's done. And that's something that I might have with coloring books as well. I don't know, you know. So I will be really happy when I finish it. But I might also be happy afterwards because I can still flip it. Like with a cross stitch piece, like the first few you hang on your wall. But after a while, you just put them in a drawer and don't look at them, you know, like the ones that you finish afterwards, you know, because you get more and more and more finished projects the longer you do it. So at some point you don't want to frame them all. You just put them in a drawer and don't look at them ever again. Unless you open up the drawer. And yeah, that is the feeling that I have with my cross-stitch pieces. But I hope I won't have the same feeling with coloring books, because with this, you can just flip through them once you've done them. And you can do that once and so often when you're feeling down. You can just flip through them. So I don't think that will be a thing with coloring. So I also like flipping through my sketchbooks with looking at nice sketches from the past to get ideas what to make and all that kind of stuff. So I think I will enjoy it with coloring books as well. But yeah, the Disney books are different to me because they are like pre-thought out pictures with colors that they thought about. It's not my choice to make it color A, B, or C, you know what I mean? So that's a bit different than, like, for instance, a book like this, because these colors are the choices that I made, the colors that I love, you know? It is more personal, and I think I would like that much better to flip through at the end when I finish them. Yeah, I always love to see finished pages and also flip-throughs of finished books by people. But yeah, it doesn't happen that often, of course, because everybody has the same thing. It takes years to finish a book. Let's see. We got the bird. I think some yellow would be nice. So let's take the Naples yellow, 185. But yeah, basically, I just love it. I just love coloring. I love finishing books. And who can't blame me for that, you know? Nobody can blame me for wanting to finish my entire book. And I won't tell anyone else to do the same as me, you know? I will just do it because I like to do it. We're also going to use it on this one. Like, if you've got 600 plus books, you might not want to do that, you know? You might just want to give everything some love. Do one in this book, one in that book. Like, you would maybe want to have a different mindset, you know? Maybe pink for that one. But let's first color the bird and the star. So let's switch to 187 burnt ochre. And let's do some shading on the outer bits. I'm enjoying this very much. I love coloring in this book. I think I've been coloring in this book for the last few months, actually. I think I've almost had a page every month. Like last month, I had a buddy with Coloring Create with Jana in this book. And the month before that, I think I had a buddy with the Art of Momo. Like, I've been just buddying in this book, like one after the other. But this is also a buddy book with my sister, because this is a buddy with my sister, this page. So, but we are planning to color in this one together in 2026. And then after next year, we want to switch this one out for the Reads book, also by Makiko Inatome. And then this one will be on my own stack, so I can color it whenever I feel like, instead of only buddying with my sister. Because if I buddy with my sister, we want to do every page in the book together. For this one, we're gonna do the inside again with the burnt sienna. It's a bit small, so let's just color one, like, you know what I mean. Skip one, color one, skip one, color one. roughly. Because it's pretty small, all of it, so I think this will work better. Okay, let's switch to the burnt ochre. Is it burnt ochre? No. It was terracotta. Terracotta 186 that we used for this one. Let's call the other bits. But yeah, that's how I deal with buddies with my sister. I reserve the book for just buddying with her so that we can do every page together. Because she likes to do that. Do I need to color anything else with this one? No. I am going to do that one pink. So let's go to 128 light purple pink. So yeah, this is one of the stack like with my sister, because my sister has 5 Tokumeku books by now. She's growing her collection, people. I think she will have 13 books by the end of the year. And that's the same sister who told me that 1 or 2 books were enough. I'm just having so much fun. Like it's contagious. Coloring books, buying coloring books, more and more coloring books. Like no, she's done buying because she's way more picky than I am. Let's switch to 129 Pink Meadow Lake. But I had so much giggles when she told me that she bought a few more. I was like, yeah. I was so happy to hear it, because that means I've got more stuff to color with her. Well, at least for the Tokumeku books, because the other books she will color by herself. Alright, I think that's enough for that. Let's do the ribbon, because we haven't done the ribbon yet. I think I want to do the dark red for that one. So Matter 142. But yeah, she has bought a lot of books to color with me, but also by herself. I also bought her a book for her birthday, which is the same birthday as mine because we're a triplet. So it still has to arrive. It's not here yet, but I expect it very soon. It's a book from Ukraine, like A Million Little Fluffies or something it's called. And she liked it. It's like a mix between Rita Berman, R.J. Hampson, like that kind of style. But it's a mix, you know, between all of those things. And she liked it. So I was like, yep, I'm buying that for your birthday. Because you don't know anything. Like, you have such a limited taste to coloring books that if you like something, you will get it from me. Because that's definitely not a book for me. But she likes that stuff. So I'm like, yep, that's yours. So yeah, I bought it for her. But it still has to arrive. But it makes me so happy seeing her happy about her books. Even though it's not stuff that I would color. But at least we've got 5 Tokumekus that we have in common that we can color together. Which also makes me really happy. And yeah, we have 5 books that we can buddy in, and this is one of them. We also have the Rabbit book by Kotoli, I believe. With all the cute little rabbits. Yeah, I really like it. And I also have the Midnight Tea Party with Stuffed Animals that we can buddy in. And The Bear in the Wonderful Town. So that's like a book with all bears. And that was the first one that she bought from the Tokumeku. So we have 5 books. And she will also buy the Reads book. And that will be switched for this one. So I can color this by myself. Because I said to my sister, this is one of my favorite books. Like, and we will color a lot in this one next year as well together. But I said I'd rather have it just for myself. So I can do buddies and just enjoy it more, you know. Because I'd rather have my favorites for myself so I can determine my own pace. Because if I buddy with her, it goes slower than what I would do by myself. Like in a slower pace. Which I accepted, you know. But when I heard she was also buying the other book, I was like, oh, but then I'd rather do buddies in that one. Because I have a lot more trouble coloring in the Reads book than in this one. Because in this one, I always know what I want, basically. There's nothing that stops me from coloring this one. Well, there is with the other one. And I don't know why, because it's the same illustrator, same style. I guess it's the repetitiveness of the Reads, I guess, that is bugging me. Because I do like it once I color it, but it's a bit hard to get into at first. But once I've got my color scheme and I figured out what I want, I'm like on my way, basically. I think that's the issue, picking out the colors. But yeah, we will switch it out after next year. And then I can do this one again as a buddy with other people. That will make me so happy. Okay, the inside of the ribbon, I want really dark. You know what I feel like eating? Snack, like snack, like from the like a hamburger, that kind of stuff. Fries. Well, I know I shouldn't, because this is like my hormones screaming at me like, I want snacks. I want all the nice stuff. I want ice cream, which I also don't have, by the way. And I want cookies, and I want chocolate, which I also don't have. And yeah, that's what my body does when I'm not feeling the best. I want all the junk food, but that's exactly what I shouldn't eat it, because it will make me really sick. So I usually don't. So I will not do that, of course, but I can think about it. But yeah, that's what my body is screaming. I want snack. Well, you're not getting it. That's what I'm saying. I got a nice meal anyway for tonight, which I like as well. Like a nice pasta with some fish in it, like salmon. I like that as well. That is also a nice meal to have. Yes, okay, let's switch to the pink, the 128 light purple pink. And let's do the rest of the ribbons. Let's go the other way around. We go back where we came from. I want it like pink reddish, the ribbon, like this. You could color even more layers on it if you want it more smooth, but I am not fussed by that because I like the soft look that I went for on the other side. So I'm keeping that as well on this side. I'm also going to color the background of this little scene. But if you don't want to do that, you can skip that bit of the color along. I will put timestamps in while editing so that if you don't want to do it, you can skip like past it and then see the end picture, blah, 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 you know. So you don't have to watch all of that if you don't want to. Just in case you are not willing to do the background. Yeah, so that's all I wanted to say about that. I was thinking, is there anything else that I want to say about the finished picture? Not really. No. Like after this, after we've done the ribbon, I'm going to do the background with a really light pink color. Really pinkish color I want on the background, like the salmon pink probably. So that's a lot softer than what we're using right now. Oh, that's a bit too far. And then I'm going to do the gold, and then I think we're done. Yeah, I think then we're done with the page. So if you don't want to see me color that pink, I will put a timestamp on screen and also in the description that you can just click on, you know, if you don't want to see that. So I will make timestamps for like I'm coloring like that thing. I don't know what the name is, but I will look it up. And if you only want to color that for the day, you can click on that. Just like I did with the countdown, but then per element on this page. I will try to make some timestamps for that in the description of the video. So that you can, if you don't have time to do it all in one go, you can just do a bit and come back later and have an easier time getting to the point where you were at. Basically. Because we all know that Christmas time can be really, really busy for a lot of people. For me, it's luckily not that busy, but for some it is. A lot of family occasions. And that's fine. You know, it's nice to spend time with family. If you at least have a nice family. Like I like spending time with them. But there's always something going on, you know, like that. I think it's the same with every family. Every family has some kind of family drama every year with Christmas. I'm sure of it. And I'm sure we also will have some this year, but so far, not really. So that's good. Like usually the trouble already starts before it's even Christmas. So this year it's still pretty calm. Let's hope it stays that way. Let's knock it off on wood for some luck. Yep. We will have a nice Christmas brunch this year. And I am looking forward to it, to going to my mom's place for brunch. Yeah. I will make sure that I'm nicely rested before I go, have a nice sleep before. And then I go there and have some nice food with my family. Yeah, I love it. I like it. Look at that. Pretty. I like the combination with the dark red. With the pink. Really nice. Yeah, I love my pinks. Which you probably already have noticed by now as well. I really like them. So I usually have... Oh, yeah, the camera stand is in the way. That's why I've got my book in an angle for you guys. So I hope you don't mind. I will put it up again once we're going a bit out of screen. I will move the book again. Okay, now I can move it straight again. But yeah, the Holbein are fantastic. I love my Polychromos for so many different reasons, but the Holbein, it's like easy mode. For like, as if you've got a Polychromos pencil with easy mode attached to it. Like, you can still layer like you do with this one, but for some reason you can get more done in like half amount of time, and that's what I love about it. Okay, now I'm gonna do the background. So if you don't want to do the background, you can skip to the next part where we're gonna do the gold. So this is 130 dark flash that I'm gonna use for the background. And we're gonna do a really light layer all around the background, basically all around inside this ribbon. That's what I'm gonna do now. So if you don't want to do that, you can skip forward. Only a light layer. Oh, I'm out of fuel. Great start. I'm sorry. But yeah, I want it really light. Like a light blushy tone on the background. I like it so much. And I'm losing my voice a bit. I love this little one so much. So cute. Might need a little bit of yellow on the fluffy animal, like this one, so it will stick out a bit more next to the pink. Yeah, I might want to do that. I will do that afterwards so that people who skipped will also see that. But yeah, feel free to color this as well and post it as a color along on your own channel. I really don't mind if you just do copy paste. Like, I like it to see that people have done the same thing. Like, just because it was my idea to do a tiny Christmas thing and do color alongs for this page doesn't mean you can't do that either, you know, on your channel. I really don't mind. Same with stuff that I like show in my completed pages video. If you like a color scheme that I use, you're okay to use it on the same page even, or on a different page. I really don't mind. Just use it. That's what it's there for inspiration. I really don't mind you copying it exactly. That's also fine with me. I don't mind at all. I just wanted to throw that out there as well, because some people don't like that you copy them exactly. Like, or they want you to mention them, or like, I would love for you to mention me, but it's not necessary. I would love to see it, so therefore it would be nice if you mention me, but I am not really fussed with all of that stuff. Because that's not what I'm here for. I'm here for like enjoying my coloring and helping other people out. So if you like anything that I do and want to copy it, you've got my permission. If you even need it, here you go. You've got it. Now you know it. For this time, until the future, everything I do you can copy without feeling bad. My friend does that all the time. I show her everything that I do and she's like, oh yeah, it goes into the library because then I've got choice what to color. I love it. That makes me so happy that it helps some people, you know, like if you are bad in picking out your own colors and you like something, why not copy it from somebody else, you know? Like, I don't see the problem with that. Like, yeah, maybe you want to mention the person you're copying it from, so that if people are searching for the original, they can find it back. But I'm not worried about that at all. But if I would copy it from somebody else, I would definitely mention it, because I know some people really care about that kind of thing. So yeah, just to stay polite it's best to name them, you know, if you do a copy. Just name who you got it from. Then you will never get into trouble with people. That's my advice. But for me, you will never have to. If you forget, it's okay. We're still buddies. We're still friends. I also love to buddy with people with doing buddies in coloring books. That is actually, I think, one of my favorite things of like when I started this YouTube channel. That was my goal, to meet people who are like me and who like to color in the same books that I do and like to color together. And I found so many new friends in that way. Like some I talk to a lot, others I only message like a few times during the month until we're done. Like, or when I start the page, we talk a little bit, and when we finish the page, we talk a little bit, and that's about it. I am totally okay with both sides, you know, like talking a lot, talking little. I don't really mind, but I also have times that I'm really quiet. But I also have chatty times, and then I do talk, like also about other things than just the coloring page we're doing. And I might want to talk, like if we do a Maria Trolla buddy, I might talk about a new release or a new book that I got, you know, that kind of stuff. That happens as well. So yeah, I love doing that with some of my buddies, talking about random stuff. It's still to do with coloring, but we like similar books, for instance, then of course you're going to talk about those. That's nice, you know. That's also something you would do with your friends. Like, look what I found. I love those kind of conversations. But it doesn't happen all the time. Yeah, I think I like it like this. Nice and soft. Okay, let me zoom you out for a second. That's the wrong button. Like that. Yeah, I love it. It's a nice and soft background. It's almost more like a beigey, pinkish tone. I love it. I really love it. Okay, everybody who just skipped back, we're now going to do a little bit more on the little Fluffy because he's like disappearing into the background when it's like, for my opinion. So we're going to zoom back in and we're first going to fix that. And then we're going to do the gold gel or gel pen or the gold paint pen, whatever you got. So let me zoom you back in. And we're going to do a little bit of Naples yellow, 185 on the little Fluffy. I call him Fluffy. Just on the body, like on the belly, where we did the pink. Just to warm him up a little bit so that he pops out. Like, that's okay. That's enough, I think. Like, look at that. That's what it really looks like. Because the light makes it a bit more shiny. Okay, now it's time for paint pen. So I will leave you zoomed in so you can really see what I'm doing. But I need to shake my pen. And that's noisy. So I will do it far away. Hoping that it's not that bad. And I'm choking again. Okay, I'm good. Yeah, I think I'm getting ill. I really hope not, but it feels like it. Let me see. Where's my... Oh, this will do. This will work as a splatter sheet. Just need to check if it's working. Yes, it's working perfectly. Awesome. So if you don't have a paint pen, you can also do that with your gel pen. Just pick anything you like. Even if you would just like not a gold, but like a silver, go for silver. It's perfectly okay too. That will look nice as well. But I think gold always looks better with red tones. You know, I don't know why. That's just something that's in my head, I guess. But who knows? Maybe it is true. I don't know. Let's start on the top left because otherwise I will smear in the stuff that I did. This one doesn't have any, so I need to do this one. But yeah, I'm really happy that I started my channel and I never imagined to grow this fast. Like, I looked at it today because I was looking when I last like edited some videos, posted some, like, because I always try to film in advance, so I already have a few in like backlog, like not a backlog, how do you call it, in front, like up front, so that I don't have to do so much like straight away, like film it, edit it, upload it straight away. Like, I take my time, so I film a lot in one go, then I upload also a lot in one day, and then, like, you know, they get scheduled to release during the month. That's how I like to do it, and that works really well for me. So I was looking if I had any more left, and I didn't. So now we have everything up that I did last month, basically. And now we're up to what I'm doing this month. So, and this is the first one that I'm recording in December. And I still have to see how many I can do this month, because if I'm getting ill, I might not be able to do everything that I promised. But we will see. I hope I can. Like, they're not that difficult. Like the Matchstick Mouse is luckily not a really difficult one. And the other one, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Like, so be it. I can't do things if I'm sick. But I hope I won't, but it feels like I am. I can feel it in my body. Like, my head is really warm. I'm sweating for no reason because it's really cold inside my house. My hands are freezing cold, but my body is sweating. So yeah, that's never a good sign. That means I'm getting something, or something is already happening. I hope it's just only for today. Look at that. That's lovely on those Christmas balls. Oh yes, I'm so happy that I did this. Yep, I'm happy. Yeah, this is the right decision to add some bling in the end. Oh yeah, love it. If you don't like the really yellowish gold, you can always pick a different one. You don't have to do the exact same as me. Let me move my book a little bit, because otherwise my hand won't want to do this. It's pretty difficult, such a thin line. Need a little bit more control for this one. And then I will move my book back for you guys. Okay, let's also do these bits. The tiny stars. I really hope I'm not getting ill, but everything, like, it looks like it. Like, no, please, no, don't do it. I hope my body will fight it off, whatever it is. I did actually watch a TV show. Like, probably in America, people have already seen it by now, but Outlander. I watched every season up till, like, what's the last one? Number 7 or something? Like, we had the first half of number 7 for the, like, a year or something. I don't know exactly how long, but we didn't have the last so many episodes. So we only had the first half. So we weren't able to see everything. And now they finally uploaded the end. So I'm watching that. I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to spoil it for anybody. But I'm enjoying myself. So yeah, I've only watched a few so far from the second half, and I'm enjoying it very much. Like, there were a few seasons, like especially number 3 to 5, somewhere in between those, that were a bit boring to me. Because there was a lot of scenes in the present. Like, yeah. So I did not like those as much. I like the ones where they're in the past mostly. So the seasons that had a lot of it in the future were like my least favorite ones to watch. But now we're back in the past, so that's good. That is really good, because I like it. I was also watching another TV show that I watched ages ago, but I couldn't remember half of it. It's called Heroes. And I had my Sky Showtime membership on for like a few months. And I was watching Dexter. I finished watching them. And then I was like, oh, I want to rewatch Heroes. But I didn't realize how many episodes there were per season. There were a lot of them. So in the end, I didn't have time to watch the whole, like, everything before my membership ran out. Because, oh, I don't know what happened there. Let's see. It's fine now. Let's just slowly go over that. Hopefully it fixes it. But yeah, I did watch like the first 2 seasons, I think. I started on season 3. And then I checked how many episodes there were on number 3. And I think there were like 28. Like, the second season only had a few. But the first one was also really long, which I knew. And I remembered most of it. But the second season I had some memory of, but only bits and pieces, not everything. So a lot of it was new to me. which I enjoyed. But then I looked at the third season, which is hopefully the final one. I don't even know if that's the final one, but that's what was up there. And I was like, oh my god, there's so many seasons, like so many episodes on this season left. Like 28, that's like 28 hours, because they're an hour each, roughly, give or take. Maybe a little bit less than an hour, like 50 minutes. But that's still a long time to watch. And I was like, nah, that's not gonna happen in 3 days' time. Let's also do the beak, the little bird. Just because we can, I like it. Okay, let's see. Then we have the Christmas ball. Let's start upwards, otherwise I smear. So let's do the bird beak as well, just to stay consistent. Birdie. But yeah, I did enjoy the episodes that I watched. I was just not able to watch all of them. So next time they've got a deal, I will just put it on again for a month. And then I can watch the rest of it. Oh, I also wanted the sweater, didn't I? Okay, let's do it. So yeah, I usually only watch it when it's on sale. So when HBO has a deal, I usually put it on for a month. Same with Disney Plus. If they've got a deal for like half the price for a few months, I leave it on for 3 months or so, and then I switch it back off. And I do that with any of those type of things, so I don't have them at the same time. So I do only one at a time. The only one that I have all the time is Netflix with my sister. And everything else I put on and off throughout the year, depending on when they have a sale. Let me pump it a little bit. There we go. So yeah, I've been enjoying myself watching stuff. Watching also a lot of YouTube lately. I also want those nails, just because we can. Did I miss anything? Yes, I missed more. Oh, the ribbon. I also missed 2 ribbons on the top. Like this one. And this one. Yeah, roughly, give or take. Okay, and then we got one, like 2 more here that I missed. There we go, and one over there. So many ribbons. Oh, and that one as well. And the one on the bird as well. Oh my god. I forgot all of them, basically. Okay, we fixed it. This is what happens every single time when I do a color along. I always miss something, which is pretty obvious that I'm missing it. Usually I catch it in time before we're done. And even if I don't, then I don't. Okay, I think that is all of it. Let me close my pen and zoom you out. Zoom out, please. Thank you. Come on. It won't work because my hands are too cold. I had to press it like 3 times before it worked. Like, look at that. Look at that shine. Oh yeah, that just makes me happy and giggle. Like, yeah, I love it. This is like the end result. So if you like it, now you can color along. If you don't like it, then please don't color along. That's all I have to say about it. But yeah, I love him. Like, this is one of my favorite pictures in the book. Like, just this side, not this. Just this, that. You know, look at that. Look at his face. With the cute fluffy on the top. I love it, people. I hope you enjoyed this. Even though my rambling doesn't always make sense, I hope you enjoyed this anyway. And I would love to see you for the next one, which is in Matchstick Mouse Merry Little Christmas. Let me grab it for you. I can show you it. Let me move this to the side because this is not dry yet. The paint is not dry yet. Otherwise I will smudge it. This is our next color along, Merry Little Christmas. And we are coloring this lovely page. So if you're up for that, I would love to see you in my next color along, which will hopefully become next week. So yeah, thank you for watching and I hope to see you for my next one. Bye bye.